Hello and welcome to the channel. I am here for a top 5 list video for you guys. Now for this top 5 list, I'll be going over what I think are the top 5 best albums that came out in the year 1980. Now the reason I wanted to do a list video like this is because, well, all these albums are turning 40 this year. Some of them have actually already turned 40. So I figured why not, do a list video like this. I figured it would be appropriate to do and, just kind of celebrate these albums and, give them some recognition for this video. But yeah, this is just a top 5. I know that some people might say that, I could have added more to this list, but yeah, I do understand that there's more than just this that came out in the year 1980 that are really good, of course, but I just wanted my list to come down to a top 5. But if there is any albums that you would personally put up there as far as the best of the 1980 year, of course, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I just wanted to keep my list fairly short, so a top 5. Here we go. This is not in any particular order. So first up, I think we will begin with Iron Maiden with their self-titled debut. Definitely a great album and kind of underrated too, but just to an extent. And to say that this album is underrated might be a little debatable, I guess, because, well, I think a lot of people, a lot of metalheads and rockers around the world can, fairly, see Iron Maiden's albums to be recognizable as far as their 1980s stuff goes. But I don't know, when it comes to the Paul era of Iron Maiden, the 2 albums when he was the vocalist, I definitely prefer the debut over Killers, which I know is a very unpopular opinion. And I think that's why I do say that this album is kind of underrated. Not super underrated or anything, but just kind of, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I am one of those people that do prefer the debut over Killers, of course. But still, yeah, definitely a great album. Many great songs on here, like Remember Tomorrow, Running Free, Phantom of the Opera, and Iron Maiden, the title track. Definitely a solid album and just a great album in general, great debut, whatever you want to say about it. Next up, we got Judas Priest with their album British Steel. Yeah, definitely a great album. One of their biggest albums, of course. This was really the album where they really, started to gain a lot of success. Yeah, definitely a lot of catchy songs on here, for sure. You got many great songs on here like Metal Gods, United, and Living After Midnight, which is just another solid track. I mean, this album is just really good, of course. I think that this is, I know some people have, said that this was really the first actual heavy metal album to ever exist, but I don't know. I would personally give that to Black Sabbath with their debut album, but yeah. British Steel, definitely a great album and definitely a classic. Can't go wrong with it. Next up, we got Van Halen, Women and Children First. And yeah, this album, it's definitely very great. One of their best, maybe, I don't know. It's not my personal favorite Van Halen album, but still, it's definitely a great album for sure. Many great songs on here, like And the Cradle Will Rock, Everybody Wants Some, Romeo Delight, and some others. But yeah, this album's really good. So yeah, Women and Children First by Van Halen. It's a classic and you can't go wrong with it. If you call yourself a rocker, after all, definitely check out Van Halen and this album. No, I don't care if you just listen to modern rock. Check out this album. It's just really great. So next up, we got Rush with their album Permanent Waves. Definitely a great album for sure. I mean, I know a lot of people state this album to be one of their best. I can definitely see why. It's definitely a great album. I mean, you got many great songs on here. Basically, all the songs on here are great. I mean, but if I had to pick out some favorites, I mean, Free Will, Jacob's Ladder, Natural Science, Spirit of Radio. I mean, these are some really great songs, of course. But yeah, Permanent Waves by Rush. I mean, Rush is a great band. In my opinion, one of the best bands to ever walk the planet. I mean, they're definitely a great band, but yeah. Rush with their album Permanent Waves. Lastly, we got Yes with their album Drama, and kind of an underrated album, I must say. But yeah, this album doesn't really get much recognition, but I don't know. I think this is a great album, actually. I know when a lot of people, talk about the band Yes, they mainly refer to albums like Fragile and Close to the Edge and maybe even the Yes album. But even though I think those are definitely some solid albums and some of their best work, I don't know. I still really like Drama. It's definitely a great album. I mean, many great songs on here, of course. I mean, I really like songs like Machine Messiah, which I think is maybe one of their best album openers. I don't know. But yeah, it's up there. I also really like Tempest Fugit. Yeah, definitely a great album, and definitely can't go wrong with this album. If you haven't checked out this album yet, definitely do so. Well, there you have it, guys. That is my list for the top 5 best albums of the year 1980. That is just my opinion, of course. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and take care.